Hello, hello. This is Mirior, here with another game of Nora. Today I'm playing against molecl, who is running Shattered Peaks Sundered Lands. It's the Hyaenid combination. We'll see if this is a Hyaenid deck. Looks like no, we got a Hyaenid that is the first champion. Disbelief is wasted here. The Static Greeting is also wasted here. It's not a good first turn champion. Also range 3 to 5. Slow speed. Would love to have a champ that could better punish that. But this deck is also not a good rushing deck. This is the Death Nova deck again that I'm running. It's not a good deck. It's not going to be a good deck. The idea it's built around is not a strong idea, but it is fun to play. I do like having Chuck on so many things, such as this Imp Jester. Who's going to be my first turn deploy? Send them down. It's a very good harassing champ. Hopefully can give the Stream Crusher enough trouble. Yeah, spinning this Disbelief. This is a great ability for hurting me mid-game. I do summon a lot of things. They usually don't stick around very long. This is a good way to make sure to efficiently make sure they don't stick around very long. I will need to be aware of this Spark Curse. That's something that's going to be a pain. I used to run several years ago a Spark Curse battle group of my own. Different split, but same basic idea. There's a lot that you can do with this. It's very easy to keep shock on things, and Curse is not a huge debuff, but it adds up. We've got a Stealth Champ going to the top font, a Hyaenid Stalker. So this is a solid Hyaenid deck. And this guy is a bit of a pain to deal with. So, grab this font, scry again, and I'm going to send a Arsonist to the top font. One of the cheapest champs I run. That's actually, I think, the cheapest champ. Definitely the cheapest combat champ, and it is a solid combat champ. Squishy. Both it and the Imp Jester are very squishy. But Flame Burst does a lot. That Death Nova does a lot. And I've got plenty of nowhere to deploy something heavy. A second champ down here next turn. Which I will need. The Jester can do some good harassing, but it's not going to win a one-on. It can win this one-on-one fight because the Dream Crusher is also not that much of a combat champion. We don't have a second deploy here. War Banner coming out instead. Question running a War Banner in a split deck is always interesting to see, especially one that's not a full, like, multi-faction split, but is a solid. We are just seeing, Heavenly Implies is just going to be a straight Hyaenid deck with Sundered Lands spell support, which is always interesting to see. Alright. So you on your own don't provide any sources of shock. I'm going to get a Artificer down as my second champ. Mainly for Confuse. Spark Curse here is an upgrade. If I can get rid of it, all the better. The summons that the Artificer shocks are also healthy enough to survive a good Disbelief from a second Dream Crusher, which I am expecting to see at some point. Probably right after I check a Spider. The Spider summons will die to a single Disbelief coming down. They have 10 hit points. Unless I run a banner to buff them, and my split is pretty even on champs from both halves. There's not really a good way to make a banner work efficiently. Stalker's going to be up here. I expect to see this font turn at the end of Mole's turn. I hope to see that font turn. Yep, there's the Dream Crusher, a turn early, but there's a Spark Curse coming down. I say a turn early because it means that now I can check a Spider with relative impunity. If that's what I want to do. Alright. Move you in. Grab the font. have a think about what I want my next champ to be. I'm gonna keep applying pressure, going to go with a Demon Lich. The other option would be to get healing out, but I think I want to run this long game as much as I can. Alright, I can chuck a spider. If I chuck that spider... Yes, I'll be in range for one hit from the Dream Crusher, but he'll have to invest a spell or something to actually kill the spider in that scenario. And I can take one hit just fine. So let's go ahead and get a spider on the board. If he doesn't kill the spider, that's gonna start causing problems for that Dream Crusher. Also make sure to grab this action point while I'm thinking about it. So one hit, I'll survive that. And either kills the spiderling or he doesn't. Either way, I'm good with that. Or he has another Disbelief champion. I think Dream Crusher is the only source of disbelief in Hyenids, but I could easily be wrong about that. Ah, different plan. You've got Swarm going. That is... Do you still have Swarm? Yes, Swarm. That's a very different counter than Dream Crusher. But I am pretty okay with that, all things considered. Swarm is the counter to summon champs that I'm happiest to see for two reasons. One, this is a Death Nova deck. I revolve around killing off my own summons. And two, I'm running multiple sources of rituals. I can kill this work on the swarms as well as on my own champions. Alright. Hit you. That font did turn, which is good to see. I don't have any detection in this deck, so the Stalker could be a serious problem. But it's a problem that we will deal with when I get to it. And as for why I am happy to see, or not worried about dealing with Swarm, many ways to kill my own champions, such as Burnout, push you there, just puts you in range for just a simple hit. DOTs should kill that. And I've denied the Swarm. Alright. Leaving the Demon Lich on 3 action points in case as a spell cast on my opponent's turn. I don't want the extra action point that he gets from Tempo to be wasted. You can get another hit with the Dream Crusher, but we'll have to be with the Dream Crusher, only with the Dream Crusher. Instigator sitting in there. You've got Hunter Fighter now. Bone Split 'em All is a great rune. I use it all the time in my Warriors deck. Combination of Execute on the Swarm Champion is a good play. Exertion on the Swarm Champion gives you good threat range. What other abilities do you have? Weak to range, that's good to know. Logistics damage, which you have triggered, I believe. That's the 13 damage coming in. Alright, and then Hunter Fighter, which I don't think I have any fighters on the board at the moment. I do have some in my deck, though. Not revealed, but the Chaos Braves that I run, I know those are Knights. Alright, spell coming down. Glad to have the Tempo there. Only hits 2 of the champs, I'm happy with that. Does mean I think he has a kill on the Imp Jester, which is a bit disappointing. Yep. But not the worst thing. Alright, confusing you does nothing. You have your upgrades, I've already done what they do. I don't want to chuck a Sapphire Case, because that will cause problems. Do want to get you confused, keep Spark Curse from causing any more pain. And I'm gonna need to get something to that top font, I think. Let's see what I can do. Oh, hello, hello. You are revealed. Perfect. Happy to see that. Do you have a way of restarting? I think you're just Shadow Spawn. Yes, you are only Shadow Spawn, so I know where you are. I can deal with you. You've got Evasive Reflexes 3 from Scrapper, and that's going to be a pain, but... Alright. What am I doing? Well... I am definitely grabbing both of these Nora Globes. That is something I'm happy to see. And then... I can either confuse you... I think the play I want to do is confuse you. What's your other upgrade? Okay. So I'm not sure that's worth the action points. Yes, it is. Alright, so if I confuse you and move up here, then I am out of a double tap from both champions. Hopefully I can avoid the swarm coming down. Move you up. Again, out of double tap, and I am counting the exertion into the double tap threat range for this champion. Alright. You are going to just push some damage here. Can I double deploy? Yes. What do I double deploy? Different question. What stops? You've got Assault and Surge. Okay. We're going to go a second Artificer up here. We're going to go a Demonologist. Demonologist? Yes, Demonologist down here. Alright. Demonologist to get Ritual down in case he does get swarms off. Which I don't think he can, but this is a threat I need to be aware of. Dream Crushers over here. Alright. Don't have to worry about Spark Curse, unless he cleanses it, which I don't think he will. That's not enough of a pain to be worth the cleanse. One hit from both of you is 23. You have no defense, so you would need a third hit from somewhere to get the swarm off. Which could be done. That would be worth the spell, I think, to get the swarm off. My anti summons is further back. I don't know how many hit points the Instigators. Oh, this is a self-swarming champion. The swarms also have swarm and do have full hit points. So, counter swarm is not really a helpful thing. Alright. You're coming in. Even with the execute, I don't think you're going to have a kill. Without a spell. With a spell, I'm in trouble. Yep, there's the spell. Quicken. Alright. And what am I dealing with? I'm dealing with Fearsome Hunter. Good to know. And yep, Swarm also has Swarm. Easy target also carries over, that's good to know. Alright. Cackle, I'm happy to see. This champ is now nearly dead, and there is the Spark Curse coming down, but I was worth using the Confusion. Not worth getting caught in here, though. Alright. So, let's play this differently. Alright, can't attack this one, can attack something else. Alright, how do we play this? confuse you. Get one hit in, not really worth it very much. But confusion means I can retreat without assault triggering. Keep this path blocked. These two champions together aren't a match for the Stalker. Alright, over here. Over here, we're going to play defense. Cleansing Flames, an ability, so I can still do it while feared. Back away. Do want to stay in the font, but I want to be out of threat range as much as possible, at least out of your threat range. And then get another champion down here quickly, which is going to be another Imp Jester. Right. Move you one space back, okay. You're still one hit kills champion. You will be triggering Death Nova to do it. And making her move over here. Death Nova triggers, that is going to be... Oh, please stay right there. Please stay right there. Because that is impassable space behind you. I do have Flame Burst. And while Reflexive and Evasive will block... Quickening, okay. Are we getting another kill down here? I really hope not. But looks like... No, I think you're going to be too short to kill. Nope, I am mistaken. Alright, now we are in serious problems mode. I've lost the mid-font here solidly. That's not coming back. Swarms are summons. I can kill one easily. But now there's two of them, and this is a cooldown 3 ability. Alright, let's see what can I do. Down here. Well, first off, I can punish this. Get the knockback going, and back away one space to block you from just walking into the font. At this point, this one-on-one I can win without spell support. Assuming neither of us have spell support. Alright, over here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Destroy the one with more action points, damage the one with action points. Unfortunately, I can't focus fire very effectively here. And then back off. 1, 2, 3, 2. Move you up one space. That does leave me in range for if you do get a kill here. That Death Nova is going to hurt. But I don't think you can get the kill. I'm out of range of all of your champions, except for the Dream Crusher. Alright, I've got a second source of ritual out, so I can deal with the other Instigator pretty easily. The main one is going to be the problem. On the back foot, but I think I've got this fight won. Mid-font back here, we've got a Hyaenid Breaker, who is a fairly generic electric champion coming down. Good stats for the cost. Also logistics damage. Okay, that's where that's coming from. Here comes the champion up top, the Witch Doctor. Thunderous Blows, range champion. Battle Drum is the main thing I need to be aware of. That's not a problem this turn, will be a problem next turn. Threat range is +1 on everything. So remember that going forward in my calculations. Should probably cast a starter pack at some point. Alright, leaving a relic up there to deny me use of the font for some time. But even with evasive and everything up, I am going to kill the champion, get the Nora Globe. Don't have anything to kill this relic one turn quickly. Alright, you're choosing to back off. You're moving up. Alright, Cackle. Not the worst thing, I can deal with that. One hit. And hit and run. I have... What gives you hit and run? Ah! The new Hyaenid racial. Should probably mention this earlier, Hyenids are a theme that got pretty heavily overhauled in the most recent balance change. For the positive, I think. Alright. What can we do? Well, up here, we can finish this fight. Grab the globe. Next turn, yep, you've got enough hit damage to kill the Jasper on your next turn, so that'll be good. I can go ahead and get this going. Would love to be able to ritual destruction into actual damage, but failing that. Your range 1 to 2. 4, 5, 6. Alright, we're going to go aggressive. Going to cut down your action points. Move you in up here. Move you down 1 space. Still avoiding summoning any imps because those are swarm fodder. But I will get down another champion, and it's going to be... It's going to be another demonologist. Nothing that you're putting down gives you really the pressure to say that multiple range champs is a mistake. Should have healed the Jester before moving in, but I think you'll live. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are in range for a double tap from the Instigator. We'll see what happens. I'm committed at this point. And honestly, if he uses... Okay. Yep, you are still out of range even with the battle drum coming in. You're the priority. Yep, there's a drum coming in. Not sure why you're advancing. Ah! Force transfusion to get the action points to get 1 hit in on a demonologist, but also to block weaken my attack. Decently good play. Oh! Double spell. Are you going to get a kill on this demonologist? I think you might. Was not expecting that. But yes, that is a kill and a swarm. Kill, swarm, fearsome hunter going off again. Alright. But not blocking the font. That's good, I can work with that. I can still say your swarms do not give you actual hit points. I can heal this champion for some of the casual damage that it took. I can get my font back up here. And have a turn to enjoy it before the Switch Doctor gets here. Alright, what am I dealing with? You are in serious danger. So we're going to make you afraid and move away from the Instigator. Back you away. Get one hit there. Back you one more space. And get the only champion I can afford, exact Nora cost. One Goblin Arsonist. Who, there is no way that you can kill that in one round, I hope. So I'm going to leave the cultist. No, the cultist back away as well. Alright. Alright, you can get into this font if you want. You can hit the Arsonist if you want. You can't quite get the double tap. But I should be able to... Let's see. You're backing away, but you can't attack me because you're feared, unless you have a cleanse. You're coming back in, you'll have to use exertion to get an attack off. Yep. I use burnout to avoid to do AoE damage and avoid giving a free spell. Oh, I have burnout back. That's good to know. Even with execute, that's not quite a kill. Yes, too short. That was very much a optimistic hoping statement. Hive for the kill, but that's going to leave you in range for a Death Nova. Alright. You're coming in. I'm going to need to get another champ up here next. I am running out of champions to cast. Alright. You're down to 5 hit points. What can I play that will do good? Move you out of catalyst range and focus on just getting damage where I can. And then give you an aura and put you right back where you are. Then up here, you can, let's see, if I move here, that puts you out of double tap range, and I think stops the champion from just moving in, which means I can afford to drop one more champion down here before being committed to, no, I need to defend up here. Okay, I'm not confident. I can't assume that I'm going to have. If I don't reinforce up here, I'm not sure I'll get another chance. Yeah, I do need to reinforce up here, don't I? So we'll drop a Ritual Cultist. If he doesn't kill it, I can get healing. Indeed, we're going to assume the move this back away, making part of forget him to get that kill in the first place. There. Down here, I think he's going to kill the Arsonist. He can't swarm it. Pack leader coming down. Okay. Yep, that one's running away. He knows that it is in danger of being swarmed. This one can't get into the font. Can probably kill this. Will take serious damage in the process. Alright, you're backing away. Alright, yep. Multiple champs coming down. Here's where me having lost the mid font is coming in to bite me. Not quite a kill on this champ. That's good, that's good. Healing Rage on the pack leader, who is not the largest threat. I mean, is a problem. Stun and declare target are both problems. That hit and run ratio is really good for ranged champions. And I did not think about you having inhibiting touch, but fortunately you used your attack on the cultist, not on the one who needed healing. Okay. 1, 2. Get you healed. Let's say out of double tap range, but I can do that and still play aggressively. Down here. Can I kill this champion? Maybe. Can I kill this champion and get a swarm? That's the question. Yes. Maybe. Let's find out. Perfect. I was very much hoping I would survive that, because what I will not survive is the catalyst, which means I get Death Nova down, which means this is going to be a swarm. Which means I get Nora, which means I can drop a bigger threat, which is going to be, let's see, you are swarmable, but you're out of range. The bigger threat is going to be a bunny, because there's multiple range champions down here that are the largest problem. Alright. You cannot double tap. You cannot double tap. I'm gonna leave the Demonologist there. Maybe you regret that. I'm not gonna grab that globe though. I will regret moving that far forward. Alright, the skeleton's going to die, but the skeleton is a distraction. You are in range for double tap. I miscalculated that somehow, not sure how. Opportunistic, that's how. So have I fumbled the cultist? Possibly. No, because you have to save an action point to be able to run away. I am all in favor of you running away. The further back you are, these two's purpose is just to keep this font safe. I'm not trying to push forward into that font. Trying to build up advantage in the mid font to be able to hopefully get it back. Alright. Yep. Summon's down. Summon wasn't going to last anyways. But both your ranged champs had to attack to do it, so Demonologist is safe for a time being. You're over here with Rotting Blows. That's a good counter to Cultist. You're over here slowly regenerating to the point where you can get back into the fight, but also running away. Right, what can I kill? Are not quite in range to be able to get an attack off. Stay out of your double tap range, which I can calculate accurately this time. I'm going to put you here. You want to stay further back. I'm actually going to move you, or threaten moving you down here to support this fight. Over here. This globe. Clear out the relic. Deep. Over here, I think. Leave the Shadow Bunny a bit back. And get another range champion here. Range superiority is the best thing I have going for me at the moment. Alright, that's positioned to make it hard for you to get to the Demonologist. Easy for you to get to the Ritual Cultist. But Ritual Cultist is very much not the scariest thing on the board right now. You can also get the Salam with your 1 melee unit. You can get a stun there. I'll accept that because it means I can kill the pack leader very easily from that position. And Salam is only vulnerable to one attack there. Okay, battle drums coming in. Have I misjudged this? If you go for the cultist, you can kill the cultist. Can't quite kill the cultist. No, you can because dog pile. If you kill the cultist with ranged champions, no, using the target. kill the cults with the ranged champions, move up here and stun the demonologist. That would have been a good play. That I did not see. The declare target power turn is also a good play. And kill the cultist and get some serious damage on the quickening. Oh, you're going for double kill. Alright, and maybe be able to get it. Good chance. Got the kill on the artificer with that quickening. Artificer is dead. Cultist is going to be dead. Vulnerability to magical is not something that I took into account. Yep, that's a double kill. That is well played on Mole's part. I don't think I have an easy way to come back from it. Double kill and can get into this font. Compose 1, 3, 4. Oh, forgot about elusive. That is my one saving grace at the moment. Alright. Okay. Alright. We're going to do it like this. We are going to counterplay. Flame Burst. Get you in there. Leap. Here. Magic mode. Alright, you're at 26, 34, 39. Okay, how much damage can I put? I have... Can I double AoE this? 40 and 45. Yes, I can. Alright, let's try it. Like this. Right. Then you here. Magic beam here. Yes. Step here out of the way. Fire blast here. It's a lot of Nora globes that I cannot get. But I have that a lot of damage to your situation. Then you are going to grab this globe and force you to back away. I think. Yes. You're dead, but you'll buy me time to get another champion up there. You cannot quite get to the Swarmable champ, and it can also survive a hit from you. Dream Crusher can suck up globes, but I think this is me getting the mid-fawn back. Quite happy if that turn came together. Alright, you're now in swarmable range. No, you're coming down here. Even with double tap, you don't quicken and exertion for the... Alright, this is still an open game. Regen just enough to get an exertion off there. And we are... Alright. Alright. And got the kill there. Here, lost this champ. Alright, so if I don't deploy there, I lose the font. Over here, I can kill one, but not both. Grab the globe at the very least. Alright, with that counter swarm. Whichever font I don't deploy to, I lose. And I'm not going to be able to get that mid font back. Okay. I think this is the point where I am out of options. Happy with how that last turn went. Not quite enough to swing this game. Well played, the molecl. Hope everyone enjoyed watching. And I will see you next time.